Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. This is Mike Dell, and this is Mike Dell's World. Groundhog's Day 2010. And good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It's Groundhog's Day here. It's February 2nd, 2010. And let's see here. That was, what was that? All right. I lost my mouse here. Okay, that was Sparkling Charlene, Groundhog's Day, and then, of course, a little clip from the movie Groundhog's Day. And I was going to play the whole song, I Got You, Babe, but then I decided, probably ought to not do that. Don't want to cause any problems with copyrights and whatnot, but I don't think anybody would say anything. So the question is, are you ready for Groundhog Day? I have to thank John Martin, my partner over at the Ham Radio Pod Class, and Lou Pauley, who's infrequent guest on What's Up With That. but they both screwed up my perception of Groundhog Day. They figure that that's the day that everybody should eat sausage, aka ground hog. So anyway, and I don't know if the groundhog sees his shadow or not, and be honest with you, I don't remember if he sees his shadow, what that means, if he doesn't, what that means. But today in northern Michigan, it was really clear and sunny. It got rather cold overnight, but it's up to 18 degrees right now. And so the groundhog would have seen his shadow had he crawled out of the hole today here in northern Michigan anyway. Don't know what would have happened in Puxatawny in Pennsylvania with Puxatawny Phil, but I guess we'll find out. So anyway, I wrote down a couple of notes for today's show just in case I lost my way, which, happens from time to time. Anyway, I spent last Sunday and then this Sunday, so the last 2 Sundays in a row, loading old laptops with Windows XP. And I gotta tell you, I freaking hate Windows XP now. It's not bad once it's up and running good, but man, getting all the drivers and all the other crap, and then of course the arcane DRM they have for Windows, making sure that you can get the stupid things authenticated. One of them went pretty good. Of course, I had the original discs from my old Windows XP laptop, which I reloaded for Kathy. And that all went really well because, like I said, I had the discs. But a buddy of mine bought a Windows XP laptop. He's not one of those real computer geeky guys and all that. But when he bought the computer, it had XP Pro on it. And it was obviously a bootleg. And it came up, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks ago as, you may be a victim of fraudulent software. And, it's all these ominous warnings and stuff. So, of course, he calls me and, that's fine. Friend of a friend and whatever, he's a friend of mine and I don't mind doing tech support for him, but it ended up, it was a Dell laptop, B120, Inspiron, in case anybody's keeping track. But he didn't have any of the original discs, and obviously whoever had the laptop before him, he bought it used. It wasn't a legit copy of Windows. So, I'm sitting there banging my head trying to figure out. We looked at Newegg and get a copy of Windows for, $129 Windows XP, because it wouldn't run Windows 7 or Vista. And, I didn't have an extra copy laying around. So anyway, then all of a sudden it dawned on me, call Dell and say, hey, I lost my original discs. What would it cost to send me a copy of the original discs? And turned out, it was around $20 or whatever. And so he got those and brought it over Sunday afternoon, and I got it all reloaded, and it works like a charm now. And he's back up and legit with his legitimate copy of Windows, and that's a good thing. But I gotta say, that was more of a pain in the butt than it should have been. These software companies claim that all this stuff is easy. Well, you know what? It's not easy. And, I don't know how they can get away with calling it easy. I think I've ranted about this before, but, like I said, this friend of mine, God bless him, he's not a computer guy and has no real interest in it other than, he likes to get his email and get on Facebook once in a while and, he's got to have a place to put his digital pictures since nobody does film pictures anymore. And, can't fault the guy for that. And it's just, it's one of those things. I don't know. It just baffles me why, Microsoft and Apple and everybody can say that, this stuff is easy. It ain't easy. It's easy for those of us geeks who, live and breathe this stuff, but it's not easy for the average person. And by the way, I'm going to have a good commentary on the Apple iPad, not to be confused with the iPod or the iPhone. So anyway, I'll have that over on geekofthenorth.com Thursday mornings, my recording time. So anyway, enough of that. And just for the hell of it, I want to play a little comedy tune here. I'm Not Your Personal IT Guy. And it's a tune from the FUMP, the Funny Music Project, off of musicalley.com.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
I'm not your damn personal IT guy, getting no peace, but at least now I see why you ask me about computers. Apparently I'm the only person who knows how to turn the damn things on. Oh look, you can't configure your Outlook again. Well, maybe you should write the settings down, my friend, but that might require a little effort from you. And Mr. Big Shot has more important things to do. It's fine if I have to explain it one time, but we're at number 29 and I'm losing my mind. So I'll just drop everything, deadlines be damned, and explain again, although I know you'll never understand. Close all of those windows, let's begin. Click on this, click on that, now put your password in. See, you don't need to be a total whiz. No, I don't know what your password is. Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Why are your problems automatically mine? No, it's fine, I've nothing better to do with my time, but it's not like I ask you every day for help when I make a dookie and I can't wipe myself. So what were you trying to do when the error appeared? Then I cursed cause it's even worse than I feared. I see your PC is an ancient jalopy and you're trying to copy a DVD onto a floppy. First of all, where'd you even get a floppy disk? Cause really, I didn't think those things still exist. Secondly, I don't want to be a spoil sport, but that's an Ethernet cable, that's a USB port. If you buy something new and don't know how to hook it up, it doesn't make you less of a man to look it up. You claim you're not an idiot, well prove me wrong and stop giving me more material for this song. Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help.
Call someone else.
Or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Hey Tom, I was wondering if you could help me out. I picked up a PC on eBay and got a great deal. It's a Pentium II with 16 MB of RAM, whatever that is, and it's running at 120 MHz. Is that fast? And I want to see about installing Windows 7 on it. Can you help me out with that?
Bill Gates could help.
Anyway, I got a really great deal on it.
You got ripped off.
So I bought some songs from the Windows Media Store, and I can't get them onto my iPhone. I was wondering if you could help me with that. Also, I'm working with some pictures I took. I downloaded Photoshop from this website I found, and I can't find the red eye reduction button. Do you know where it is? Oh, and while I was on that website, I got an alert that my PC was infected with a virus. So I clicked on it and I downloaded a bunch of software. So I should be protected now, but my PC seems to be running awfully slow all of a sudden.
Well, yeah, now you're
wondering
infected.
If you can give me a hand with that. Give me a call when you get this, okay? Thanks, Tom.
I most certainly will not. It happens every day and I can't get away, cause they follow me around like a dog who wants to play. I know when my phone rings my day will be wrecked. When my boss says,
Tom, can I see you for a sec?
a second rapidly becomes an hour and a half. I would laugh, but I'm not part of the IT staff, so I don't know what I'm doing. I just click around and curse and pray to various gods that I don't make the problem worse. Funny how I said before this day was gonna drag. Now I'm working quick cause his cologne is making me gag. He says I have to fix it and it can't wait till later, and somehow it's my fault he never backed up his data. There's still a couple quirks and it's making me berserker. Damn it, Jim, I'm a Mac, not a miracle worker. And when I finally fix every problem he ever had, my uncle calls asking about his son's leap pad. Click on help,
Call someone else.
or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help,
Call someone else.
or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help,
Call someone else.
or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Click on help,
Call someone else.
or figure out how to freaking
Google it yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the Fomp from music.mevio.com, or otherwise known as Music Alley. And I'm not your personal IT guy. And, like I said, I don't want to complain too much about being everybody's IT guy. I don't actually allow a lot of people to get me to help them with their computers. Just a few select friends and of course family, and that's about it. And speaking of which, I suppose I should talk about our sponsor. I'm actually sponsoring or being sponsored by GoToMeeting. That's a program by Citrix, and picture this. You're on the phone with a client or colleague or a family member or whatever, trying to explain something visual, a PowerPoint, a website, something. But it's frustrating. They can't see what you're talking about. The solution is they can if you invite them to an online meeting using GoToMeeting. They can see your computer desktop on their computer screen, or you can show them what you're talking about. I use GoToMeeting all the time to collaborate with, that guy down in Florida that I work with at my day job, or quote unquote day job. And it works great. I can show him, something that I'm having an issue with, and then I can switch it off to him, and he can show me an issue that he's having, and we talk it out and show things on the screen, and it's very productive. Use that a couple times a week anyway. And GoToMeeting, can also help out with, if you are the IT guy for somebody, rather than jumping in your car and driving somewhere, just send them an invite on GoToMeeting, and then have them share their desktop, and you can show them what to do, or you can show them on your computer, and that works out really good. And you can try GoToMeeting free for 30 days. But you must visit gotomeeting.com/techpodcast. That's gotomeeting.com/techpodcast for a 30-day trial. And go check them out. Seriously. It's it's the greatest thing since sliced bread in my world. It saves me a lot of gas and a lot of time on the phone trying to explain something. So, anyway, what else has been going on in my life? Well, as you know from the last Mike Dell's World, I had a little dental issue. Had to have a root canal. Experienced the worst pain in my life, but anyway, in about a week, I go in to have that finished off, and then go to my regular dentist and get a crown put on that tooth, so everything will be hunky-peachy here shortly. Let me get back to my notes here. I wanted to talk about winter. I live up here in the northern climates, right about the 45th parallel up here in northern Michigan. We haven't had, we've had a little bit of snow, but very little since I guess the beginning of January, and it's just weird. we had our January thaw, and that knocked down, all but about 6 inches of snow in the flat areas, and it's just amazing to me that everybody south of us is getting slammed. Here Tennessee got snowed in last weekend, and I got a friend just south of Nashville in Spring Hill, and he was snowed in. And here we are up here. We're, I don't know. It's cold. I mean, we're down to in the teens at night, and 20s during the day. But where did winter go? So I'm sure we'll catch up. But it's been actually pretty nice around here. I thought. Hey, and I have to have a shout out there to my friend Tom Wiles, aka Trucker Tom. He's been having some dysfunctional technology problems at his house. He got off the road, for his normal time off from truck driving, and got home to a furnace that wasn't running, and then he had a power outage, and that somehow precipitated a problem with his MacBook Pro. Sounds like just a battery problem, so hopefully he'll get that squared away. But just wanted to shout out to him. Of course, he's not one that would call me for IT questions, so that's good. And let me play another song just for the hell of it. This one's by the Two-Man Gentleman Band. It's called Drip Drying. And I like this kind of music. It's kind of old-timey banjo, folk, mountain music sort of thing, but it's still pretty cool. So anyway, here's the Two-Man Gentleman Band, Drip Drying.
What do you do when you ain't got a towel? Stand like a fool buck naked in the shower, drip drying. Everybody drip drying. Oh, I wish I was missing my towel too, cause I wouldn't mind drip drying with you. Oh, you go skinny dipping in the lake. Someone steal your clothes while you're away, drip drying. Everybody drip drying. Baby, I wish they took all of my clothes too, cause I wouldn't mind drip drying with you, drip drying. Everybody drip drying. Yeah, drip drying. Everybody drip drying. Oh, you got your trouble, I got mine, but everybody got to drip dry sometime. Oh, you get hot and sweaty, soaking wet, making love to a woman who ain't your wife? Yeah! Her husband comes home, man, you running for your life, drip drying. Everybody drip drying. Oh, you got your trouble, I got mine, but everybody feels better when it's banjo time. Oh, who's gonna teach you how to drip dry? I'm gonna teach you how to drip dry. Who's gonna teach you how to drip dry? I'm gonna teach you how to drip dry. Gonna teach you how to drip dry when you get all wet. Teach you how to drip dry. Goes like this. Oh, drip, 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 drip. Oh, drip drying. Everybody drip drying. Yeah, drip drying. Everybody drip drying. Oh, you got your trouble, I got mine, but everybody got to drip dry sometime. Drip drying. Everybody drip drying. Yeah, drip drying. Everybody drip drying. Oh, you got your trouble, I got mine, but everybody got to drip dry sometime. Yeah, they do.
You're listening to Mike on Mike Dell's World, a show about nothing.
And that was the Two-Man Gentleman Band and Drip Drying. And that was off of musicalley.com. I'm trying to stay as pod safe as I can here. Anyway, hey, I did a bunch of web updates, both on MikeDellsWorld.com and GeekOfTheNorth.com. So go check those out and let me know what you think. Kind of standardized the two websites using the same WordPress theme. Finding a WordPress theme it's not as easy as it sounds. I'd like to learn how to build them myself, and I will at some point, but I think I found a pretty adequate theme. It's customizable enough that it looks pretty good, and of course I'm doing the headers myself, and of course I'm going to tweak those a little bit here and there, but for the most part, works out pretty good. And the other thing I've committed to, of course, I do my New Year's resolutions based on my birthday. Of course, the last podcast came out on my birthday on January 25th. And so, usually I use February 1st as my New Year's resolution date. And one of the resolutions is to podcast on a schedule. So I'm going to make sure I do a Mike Dell's World main feed podcast, such as you're listening to right now, every Tuesday morning for release sometime during Tuesday. And I'm going to do a Geek of the North podcast every Thursday morning for release sometime on Thursday. So hopefully I'll stick to that, and that's the plan anyway. Geek of the North. Part of the problem I had with launching that, of course, this Thursday will be the third launching of Geek of the North. So 3 times is a charm. But part of my problem is that when I first figured out what I wanted to do with Geek of the North, or thought I wanted to do, it was one of those things. I've got a friend, of course you've probably heard of him, Todd Cochran, over at the Geek News Central podcast. And he's also the CEO of Raw Voice, and which is the parent company of Blueberry and Tech Podcast Networks and a few other things, which I'm affiliated with. But anyway, Todd does a show where he, has a little bit of personal stuff at the beginning of the show, and then he just reads a bunch of tech headlines and commentates about it. Is that a word, commentate? Anyway, that might be a Toddism. But anyway, I thought Geek of the North could be sort of that same sort of show. And, I tried doing a couple of them. I think I did 3. And it just doesn't feel right. It's not me. It's not my personality. My personality is to do this informal talking. So, and I do want to do a geek show because, I are a geek. So, starting with this upcoming episode on Thursday, I'm going to do it the way I am, not the way that I thought I was going to be. So, Geek of the North is going to be your laid back tech show. I'm just going to talk to you about tech stuff. Instead of talking about what I talk about here, which is just whatever pops into my head. I am going to structure it a bit to lean it towards technology and other geekery that I'm interested in. But, I just figured out that I'm not good at a structured, laid out, predetermined show. It's just going to be, I might pick 1 or 2 or 3 subjects and just chat about it in my normal laid back, relaxed way, and hopefully it's not too boring like NPR can get, but that's my plan anyway. So check that out, and I also am gonna try to do them live on Ustream with a little bit of video, just using the MacBook. I'm not gonna do anything crazy with cameras and lights and all that. So, it is what it is. But I figure about 9:30, 10 o'clock Eastern time on Thursday morning, I'll do a live Ustream recording of Geek of the North. So go check that out, www.geekofthenorth.com. Or if you don't want to type all that out, you can type GOTNnews.com. That's GOTN and then news. So 2 N's in there, but that'll take you to the same place. Hopefully that'll work out for you. And let's see, a couple of the other things I'm doing. Of course, you know about my radio show on WNMC radio here in Traverse City. That's tonight, or if you're listening to this later, it's on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can listen to that live streaming at www.wnmc.org. And, of course, I also do a little segment on Ed's Mixed Bag podcast. That's over at www.edsmixedbag.com. And he plays a segment that I do for him called Banjo Tracks. That's where I play a banjo tune, tell a banjo joke, and tell a little history about the song that I'm playing and, some other banjo facts. So if you're at all interested in that, that's over at edsmixedbag.com. So, well, I got one more song here. This is a guy that is from Michigan, from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I don't know whether he's from Marquette or Houghton or where, but it's Jeremy Rowe, and he has his tunes up on musicalley.com. He hasn't put anything up there recently, but here's an old favorite of mine called Northern Star, and it's pretty good stuff.
podcast is a member of the Blueberry Network. Blueberry. No E's. That's Blueberry, BLUBRRY.com. Blueberry.com.
And thank you, Rich, for the Blueberry promo there. And that was Jeremy Rowe. And the song was called Northern Star. And like I said, Jeremy's from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's the little, well, not so little, but the big old chunk of land stuck off of Wisconsin there between Lake Superior and Lake Michigan, and a little bit of Lake Huron. So anyway, well, I don't have much more to say. I do want to say something I've been neglecting to say in the last, several podcasts, but I just want to thank you guys for carving out, 30, 40, 50 minutes of your week to listen to me ramble on about whatever I'm rambling on about and play whatever music I'm playing there. And even if you fast forward through the music, that's still a substantial amount of time. And I want to let you know, I do have another feed, the Mike Dell Unplugged feed, and that one will feature no music, just me blabbing on about whatever I blab on about. Of course, go check out geekofthenorth.com and the hamradiopodclass.com, and sooner or later, Jim and I will get back to What's Up With That, so keep an eye over there at What's Up With That, or whatsuppodcast.com, however you want to spell it, it'll work. And, okay, enough self-promotion, but like I said, I sincerely want to thank you for taking time out of your week to listen to me ramble on, and I guess that'll do it for Mike Dell's World number 149. Hit the big 150 next time. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, but anyway, it's a milestone of sorts. I've been at this, it's got to be coming up on 5 years. I've got to do a little research and figure out when it was I did the first Benzoid report. And of course, I switched the name of this podcast from Benzoid Report to Mike Dell's World probably about a year and a half ago, something like that. But of course, I don't know about that either. But I kept the numbering system, so cheating a little bit, but that's all right. So, well, thanks for listening. I will keep in touch throughout the week via the Unplugged feed and or the iPadio feed, which you can find over at MikeDell.com. On the sidebar, there's an iPadio player, and it's got its own feed, so if you want to listen to those, that's updates from the phone. And, those get updated more than this. This will be a once-a-weeker, more or less. And, well, now that I'm on a schedule, it'll be once a week for sure. And the other ones are unscheduled. So, anyway, catch me later.
That's all, folks.